Today the topic is wireless earbud reviews, and I'm going to review the Nothing CMF Buds Pro 2. Let's go. The Nothing Buds Pro 2. So Nothing is a pretty recent brand of cell phones and earbuds, founded by one of OnePlus's co-founders, which is one of Oppo's brands, such as Realme, and they have a very distinct design language to them, which I kind of like. Very minimalistic and monochromatic design language. Nice feature here of the scroll wheel and click wheel as well. Very, very nice. So let's start off with the specifications and preliminary analysis of the Nothing Buds Pro 2. First off, drivers. This is a solid start, okay? It's a dual driver setup, okay? An 11mm dynamic driver for the low frequencies and a 6mm microplanar tweeter for the high frequencies. So this right off the bat gives it the potential to have a much better sound quality than with a single driver setup. Okay, so strong start from the Nothing Buds Pro 2. Good stuff. Next we have frequency range. Nice one as well. 20 Hz to 40 kilohertz. Okay, so this is above the standard coverage of the human hearing spectrum, which is 20 Hz, 20 kilohertz. Keep in mind that there are humans that can hear above and below this frequency range, so having the ability to have a wider frequency range in terms of reproduction range for these earbuds is again a potential to have better sound quality than with drivers that can only reproduce up to 20 kilohertz. Bluetooth 5.3, it's a pretty recent version, okay, it's always a good thing. Codecs, SBC, AAC, and LDAC high-res codec, okay, so SBC and AAC, standard codecs, in which AAC is the better one, but we also have LDAC high-res codec, okay, the Sony proprietary codec, but unlike aptX lossless, for example, the LDAC codec is open source and can be used by any device, okay? Although it is more demanding on the battery, it is my favorite codec, okay? Touch controls, okay, standard stuff, nothing new, but here it is on this little circle here. They work fine, by the way. Battery life, we have 11 hours on the earbuds and 32 hours in the case, okay? Excellent battery life here. So 11 hours on the earbuds, way above average, okay, which is around 6.5 hours, realistically speaking. And 32 hours in the case, it's above average, not way above average, but above average, which is about 25 hours, okay, I would say. Charging time, 1 hour to full charge. This is really fast, okay? The standard is 2 hours, so 1 hour is half the time for a full charge. Very impressive. They also come with a fast charge of 10 minutes, giving you, they claim, up to 7 hours of playtime. Okay? If this is true, this is bonkers. This is exceptional fast charging. Okay, the standard is 10 minutes will give you roughly 2 hours of battery life. This is giving you almost 4 times that. So extremely impressive if it is true. Okay. Now charging this thing is only via USB-C, no wireless charging here. Okay, so only through cable. Gaming mode, it does have that mysteriously low latency gaming mode, probably at the cost of sound quality or battery consumption. Multi-point, it does support up to 2 devices connected at the same time. Okay. However, you can only use SBC or AAC with this mode. LDAC does not work with multi-point in these. But if you like sound, I would advise you to prefer LDAC to multi-point. Okay. At least that's what I do. IP rating, IP55, okay, this is also above average, which is around IPX4, and these do come with dust protection as well. So the first 5 from IP55 is dust protection, and the second 5 is protection against water jets, okay? This means that you can train with them as long as you don't dip them or soak them in water, okay? Next, we have in-ear detection. Yes, we do. Here is the, if I can show you guys, here is the sensor. Okay. It works fine. So if you're listening to music, you take the earbud out, it will detect that the earbud is out and it will pause the music automatically. And when you put the earbud back into your ear, it will resume the music. And finally, mono mode, unfortunately. On a single earbud, it doesn't have it. And this is a bummer, at least for me, which I'm an avid user of single earbud mode, so I do like my mono mode. So mono mode basically down mixes a stereo source, left and right channels, down to mono, to a single channel to be able to feed it to a single earbud when you're just using one of them. This means that you won't lose any audio information from any given channel. Unfortunately, these do not support it, which means that if you are using a single earbud, for instance, in this case, it's the right channel, the left channel will be lost completely. Okay, so if there is relevant audio information in there, for example, if you're listening to a podcast where people are speaking, one's on the left and one's on the right channel, you will miss out on all people talking on the left channel. Unfortunately, I don't understand why these companies do this. Soundcore is the same thing. They don't implement mono mode. My Realmes don't implement mono mode. And yet you have like brands like way cheaper, like Tozo, Soundpeats, all implementing mono mode. Earphone implements mono mode correctly. I don't understand why these guys don't just do it. I can't understand why, and it is a bummer. Now, on to the review, and starting off with sound quality, it's an 8 out of 10. Excellent sound quality. Those dual drivers really show us the difference between a single driver setup and a dual driver setup. Exceptional sound quality out of these, okay? Every frequency range very well defined and balanced, maybe with the exception of the bass, which in its bass equalization, it's too much pronounced in my opinion, okay, but it's easily correctable in personalized EQ, okay. As I said, you really can tell the difference of a single driver setup to a dual driver setup. The sound out of these is just fantastic sound. Comfort, 9 out of 10. Exceptional comfort, in my personal case at least, exceptional, okay? By far the most comfortable earbuds I have ever used, tied with my current daily drivers, the Realme Buds Air 5 Pros, okay? It will always depend on each one's anatomy, of course. But exceptional comfort out of these, okay? You can train with them, you can run with them. It may also be an option for side sleeping because they are not all that thick here, okay? But you will have to test it out, of course. Next aspect, volume, 8 out of 10. Very good, more than enough, no problems whatsoever, okay? No shortage of volume here. Next, we have battery life, 8 out of 10. excellent battery life, okay, 11 hours on the earbuds, way above average, which is about 6.5 hours, and 32 hours in the case. It's above average, which is around 25 hours, so overall excellent battery life. ANC, 7 out of 10, okay, it's a good ANC. It's not as good as I was expecting, okay, but it's good, okay. It eliminates low ambient noises pretty well, okay, and it does make loud environments much more comfortable, okay. And also, as a bonus, I can use the ANC with a single earbud only, which is very useful for the transparent mode when I'm using only a single earbud, okay. It's not as good as other offerings such as the Earfun Air Pro 4s or the Liberty 4 NCs, for example. Those have better ANC than these, in my opinion, but this is a pretty good ANC, okay? Could be better, but it's good. Next, we have ear tip replacement. It's a 7 out of 10, okay? So these are oval ear tips, okay? Let me show you guys, or at least try to. Here you go, oval ear tips, okay? Which means that for third-party ear tips, it's a little bit more difficult than a standard round canal, okay? And also the other problem is that the case does not accept bigger ear tips, if you can see here. So the case is pretty tight here around this particular size of ear tips, which means that ear tips that are longer than these won't fit in the case at all. Next, we have custom EQ. It's a 5 out of 10, okay? This really is a bummer for me. So the EQ only has 3 fixed bands, okay? Lows, mediums, and highs. I understand the decision to make this easier to use for less experienced users, but in my opinion, you should give us the option to have an advanced EQ mode, at least with the regular multiple frequency bands, okay? And you could maybe switch from simple mode to advanced mode or something like that. They only have 5 EQ presets, which is also on the very low side. However, these earbuds react really well to EQing, which means that we can significantly alter their original sound signature, which is both rare and very good, okay? So I just hope that they solve this in a future firmware update or app update or something, okay? And give us that normal and advanced mode. Next, we have control usability and range. It's a 6 out of 10, okay? It's just enough. So the controls are reactive and without fault, okay? Here is the touch control. However, they don't have single tap. They have a double tap and hold, which is not as intuitive or as common, okay? In fact, I only know double tap and hold from these, okay? And some controls like hold have a very limited customization, okay? So 6 out of 10. Next, we have high-res codecs, and it's a 9 out of 10, okay? They have the excellent LDAC, which for me is the best high-res codec in the market at the moment, okay? Even better than aptX lossless, in my opinion. Next, you have multi-point connectivity. It's an 8 out of 10. It's very good, okay? Up to 2 devices simultaneously, which is the current standard. Although the transition between connected devices is not as instantaneous as with other competitors, like SoundPeats or Realme or Earfun, okay? It's not that slow, but it takes a couple of seconds, okay? But they have a trick up their sleeve. They allow you to keep the LDAC codec on while using it in multi-point mode, which is excellent, okay? This is the same advantage that my Realme Air 5 Pros also have. The only downside of this is that you cannot use this together with the LDAC codec in high quality mode, so in 990 kilobytes per second. You can only use this in the best effort mode, which I think it's around 330 kilobits per second. Okay. But nevertheless, it's great that you are able to use and maintain your LDAC codec even when using multi-point connectivity. Excellent. Next, you have gaming mode. It's an 8 out of 10. Okay, it does support the low latency gaming mode. From my perception, I haven't noticed any latency whatsoever when using it. Although, disclaimer, I haven't done any high-level analytical millisecond measuring tests. Okay, just my personal perception. Downside, almost certainly it will sacrifice either audio quality, battery life, or both. Next, we have control customization. Again, a 5 out of 10. Unfortunately, this follows suit with the control usability and range aspect in the sense that although they have several kinds of controls, the double click, the triple click, the hold, and the double click and hold, it is really limited in their respective customization, okay? And of course, the single click is missing. And for instance, volume can only be used on double click and hold, which is something I actually don't like because I'm used to using it either on a single click or a triple click. And then when I'm switching between earbuds, I have to remember that, oh, right, these have a different control scheme and the double click and hold only exists on these, at least in my earbud collection. So that really is not intuitive and it's not a useful feature for the end user, in my personal opinion. This, again, I think this can be solved either with a firmware update or an app update. I do hope they do that because it would allow these to become really awesome earbuds in the full package. Next, we have fast charging, 10 out of 10, exceptional fast charging, given that their claims are correct. Okay, I haven't tried it the whole time, the whole 7 hours, but they do claim that 10 minutes of fast charging will give you 7 hours of playtime. And also 1 hour to fully charge the case. It's actually half the standard time, which is around 2 hours. And this is for 42 hours of total runtime. Exceptional. Next, we have Find My Device, 9 out of 10. Okay, excellent system, very well implemented. It also uses the integrated Google system to track devices, okay, just like the Earphone Air Pro 4s. So it does save your last known GPS location when it's paired to your device, either cell phone, tablet, or whatever. And the beeping sound on these, when you turn on the beep sound in order to find them, to physically find them when they are lost, like around the house or under the furniture or under a pillow or something, okay, the beeping sound is quite audible, so that's great. Find My Earbuds, 9 out of 10, very well implemented on these. In-ear detection, 8 out of 10, okay. So here we have the, if I can show you guys, here it is, the sensor, there, okay. It works pretty well, okay, so you're listening to music, you take this off your ear, the music stops automatically, when you put it back into your ear, it will resume playing. And finally, wireless charging, it doesn't have it, okay, 0 out of 10, only via USB-C. Now, the microphone, excellent microphone, okay, 8 out of 10, these don't disappoint at all. very good microphone quality. It works really well on all environments that I have tested them: controlled environment, wind, and background noise. You can take a look for yourselves on the mic test on these. The link will be in the description. Now on to the final scores and recommendations. So on the listening front, 7.93, it's a very strong score, okay? And very balanced score as well, because the microphone is also an 8 out of 10. And when we consider the prices, these really are exceptional value for money. Okay, so 55 euros is around the average price, as far as I can tell. I was able to get them for 49 euros at the discount, not a very large discount, but a discount nonetheless. So you are paying about 6 euros, 6.18 euros per quality point, which is actually very good. Okay. And in terms of microphone quality, the same. Now onto the rankings. Okay, the Excel with the rankings is available in the video description, okay, with much more detail and statistics for you guys. But basically this is an exceptional score. Okay, 4th place overall. Okay, do notice that the first 5 places are all double driver setups. So here we can see that double driver setup really improves sound quality, okay, at least from my perspective. Okay, great result out of these, especially for the price, okay. And if we sort them by microphone score, it keeps the same position, okay, 4th place. So overall, what are my thoughts going back to the sound score? These really are an awesome package, okay? The sound is awesome, the double driver makes all the difference in the world, okay? And if we go back to the pricing, these are a steal at this price, okay? 50 euros, 50-ish euros for a well-rounded package such as these, with excellent sound quality, excellent microphone, good ANC, not great, but good ANC. The only thing that I would say that is pulling them down just a little bit can be, I think, perfectly addressed with a new firmware update or app update. It's the controls and the EQ, okay? Other than that, I really cannot fault these for the price. Okay, for the price, these are exceptional value for money. And that's it. I hope this was useful to you. Please share your feedback and leave your ideas and opinions in the comments. And if you want to stay up to date with the latest videos, you can subscribe to the channel and click the like button. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.